I'm Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker for the Cape House at William Ravis.
And I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin of T. Martin Lapsley at Kinlan Grover Real Estate. And this is What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Each week, we tell you about a person, a place, and a thing that we think you should know about.
This week, we talk about new leadership at a not-so-new organization, rescue and rehab for injured critters, and an exciting online wellness series based right here on Cape Cod.
So this week's person is a new CEO at CCYP. So CCYP is Cape Cod Young Professionals, which I keep thinking is like, oh, they just got started. Actually, they started in 2005. So they are a very well established organization to which both you and I belong. In the mission of CCYP, they connect Cape Cod's emerging workforce and community leaders, engage them in the community, and support their efforts to advance personally and professionally. And I have loved being part of that organization. And I know you're really active in it, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yes, we'll get to that.
There is a new sheriff in town.
Yes.
Kristen Vose Clothier is the new CEO. She just came on January 19th officially, and she's kind of a rock star.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's grew up in Massachusetts, and she's a Yale graduate. Her undergraduate, and graduate degrees from Yale. She's got a long history of nonprofits and community resiliency, sustainability, all the things that are so important to CCYP. Mm-hmm. She has on her resume plenty of Cape Cod experience, most recently at the Chatham Marconi Maritime Center, where she was the executive director there. So I'm psyched. Yeah. So the three big things that the events that CCYP has, and I know there's more, but the Back to Business Bash, the Shape Your Cape Summit, and the community breakfast. I know we're just talking about the person, but we can't talk about CCYP without a little plug for the Bash, which is a pretty major deal. It's the most major event of the year, is it not?
It's the largest networking event, I think, on the Cape. In general, just on the Cape, largest networking event. Wow. It's amazing. So Marty and I have been on the Bash committee and, helped in the planning. This past year, it was virtual, which it was such a great job. It was like a passport. So you actually could buy this passport and then you would go into places like Pizza Barbone or Smith Family Popcorn, and you'd get your little stamp, in your book, and Polar Cave, we got some ice cream. They did a great job doing a virtual event. Obviously, I'm excited to hopefully get back sooner than later.
By the fall, we can do the Bash.
Well, hopefully in the fall, we'll have
the summit's going to be virtual, right?
Yeah, the summit's going to be virtual this year. So it's great that they're not canceling these, and they're still getting everyone involved.
Yeah, they're so important. So anyway, I think that Kristen's got a big job in front of her, especially sort of adapting from the pandemic. A lot of changes have happened. But Kristen, if you're listening or watching, we are here for you. If you need us, just call us.
Yes, we're very excited.
Yes, totally.
And shout out to Lauren, who, was the last head of CCYP, and Ann Van Fleck, both wonderful ladies. So
absolutely. Okay, what's our place this week?
So our place this week is Wild Care. So Wild Care, I didn't know much about, and I did a little research. So
you didn't know about Wild Care.
No, I know.
Didn't know about it. You didn't grow up here and
exactly.
So I found the bird.
I know. I'm like, what do I do with that? I just call my mom, But so their mission is to help sick, injured, and orphan wildlife through wildlife rehabilitation to reduce the number of animals impacted by human activity. And they do this through educational outreach. And they also help to protect species and the ecosystems that represent the Cape through advocacy and conservation. So that's their mission. Yeah. So they're located in Eastham around by the Orleans Rotary. They're open every day, 9 to 5 p.m. And the most important number is their helpline, which is, we'll put it up, but it's 508-240-2255. So that's the helpline that you need to call. It's just, they have tips, if you find an animal, like you said, you find a little bird and you don't know what to do, they're the number to call. They have a whole section on their website, so if you find an animal and let's say it's like after hours, they have tips of what to do. So you don't want to just get involved and pick up a goose or,
Right.
or whatever,
No.
You want to really,
a goose that doesn't want to be picked up is going to let you go.
And most of the times they suggest like, be careful because what if there's a mom nearby?
Mm-hmm.
So they really you can call their number. They can give you tips of how to move forward. And if they have to come in to their facility to help them. Another thing that's really cool is they have educational animal programs. So I think I've seen these before at like the fairs. And so you can hire them to come speak at your event, and they have ambassadors, animal ambassadors.
Yes, they actually, the animal ambassadors came. So we have at our church, we have a blessing of the animals every year. In the fall, and the ambassadors came, and they're out on the Dennis Village Green and did an educational program. The kids, actually, everybody loved it. It's very cool.
I mean, it's like two little owls, and their names were Up and Nickerson, which I thought were cute. And Garv, who's a little box turtle. So I thought that was really cool that you could like interact with them, and you're like little wild neighbors. And annually, they admit over 1,800 animals a year for rehab and orphan rearing, which is incredible that's what they're doing. And they're such a great nonprofit organization, and you have some really cool ways that you can support them. So you can go on their website, and one way that I thought was really cool is you can sponsor a specific animal. So they had little stories. So there was a turtle that had gotten hit by a car, and how they, helped him, and they were able to release him back into the wild. And there was another story about a red-tailed hawk that they found.
I actually saw that one about the poisoned hawk.
Yeah, that he got poisoned because whatever rodent he ate had the poison, but they were able to, save his life and set him free, which is so cool that you can sponsor, whatever animal that you'd like to sponsor.
That's actually like a good gift. Like for someone who's
it's an amazing gift. Yeah. For someone that you don't know what to get, that's an animal lover, I think it's so cool. And the thing that they're doing soon, so on Saturday, February 13th, which shout out to Cape Cod and Islands Magazine. I had help right here, this beautiful ad in here.
Yep.
So they're doing a wild winter night in, and it's a virtual event and an auction February 13th, put that on your calendar. So they have, artwork, locally made gifts, experiences. But the cool thing is that they're featuring the women of wildlife. So they're highlighting 3 incredible women here on Cape Cod. I don't know if I'll get all their names right, but you'll get it. Cynthia Wigrin, and she's from the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy, which we have featured before on the show. Kathy Zygbeski of the National Marine Life Center, and Priya Patel, and she's of the Birdsea Cape Wildlife Center. And also closing remarks will be of Stephanie Ellis from the, the executive director of Wild Care. But what a fun night with all these women involved in wild animal care.
It's so great. And wild care has been around for a long time. Like I said, I remember when I was younger, like a kid, I definitely was like, what do we do? We call wild care.
Call the helpline. And it's so fun to follow them on social media and see all the animals that they're helping. I mean,
love like a fluffy little orphan duck or bunny.
Yeah. The little owls are so cute too.
Yeah, the owls. Oh my gosh. All right, that was our place.
Yes.
What is our thing this week?
So our thing this week is a really cool event. It's called Wellness on the Water. So Wellness on the Water supports Duffy Health Center, and Duffy Health Center is here in Hyannis. Their mission, I'll read their mission. So their mission is to provide comprehensive integrated healthcare and support services to persons who are experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness on the Cape, and to improve the quality of life for vulnerable populations through community collaborations, leadership, and advocacy. So we are lucky to have such an organization here on the Cape locally. I actually have a few friends who work at Duffy Health Center. And
you?
They do. Yeah, you too. And they just do such amazing work. And it's a group of, staff and volunteers, and not only doctors and nurses, but they have substance abuse counselors and clinical therapists to help those in need. And basically they provide this high quality healthcare for people that need it, even if they're not able to pay for those services.
Yeah. Awesome.
And not everyone can. So it's great that we have these people to help. And Duffy's actually near and dear to my heart personally, because when my brother passed away, we were looking for a place to donate, funds in his name. And we really love their mission and what they were doing in the community. So the funds that we raise in my brother's names, they go specifically to help people fight substance abuse issues. And it's just a great feeling that, me and my family can help others. through all of this. And this specific Wellness on the Water event is one of their fundraising events. So what it is last year was their first one ever, and it was right before the shutdown. It was, I think it was like March 8th. And I wasn't able to attend, and it was a one-day, like a yoga fest. So the reason I obviously going virtual isn't all great and everything, but this is cool because now more people, like I wasn't able to attend on that day, but now because this is going to be a year-long monthly thing, more people can get involved, which is great. Right. So they're really just changing with the times. And let's see. So it's a curated series of wellness events, and they feature studios, teachers, wellness leaders from across the community. So each month they're going to feature whether it's yoga or mindfulness.
Okay. So last year it was a one-day thing.
Yes.
And now they're going, this is what I love about the people who've adapted to the realities of the pandemic. Now they went from having this one, and I'm sure it was pretty cumbersome to put it together, this one-day event, probably cost a lot of money to do it, and they served a lot of people. But now they've got, now granted, we can't be together, but we can't be together. That's just the way it is.
It is what it is.
Now they've got a different studio every month. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, and it's not, and some of it will be towards mindfulness, healthy eating, Pilates. So it's not all yoga, which is also because, and that's broadening, their base as well. So last month in January, they featured the yoga studio, Nove Yoga and Dennis, who Yitka, we love her, and we featured her. This month it's Interglow Yoga and Mash P. So they all have like a special for the month. So they're doing like a 5-class pass for $45. You can buy it in February, and then you can use it whenever you go in for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to seeing, all these other monthly, people that are going to be involved.
Everybody should go and try to participate in this. And if you're as well as you need to be, well, then good for you. I don't know anybody like that. But if you just want to, go check out Duffy, follow them. We'd love to see you support Wellness on the Water, not just for Duffy, but for yourself.
Exactly. So and on Instagram, Wellness on the Water will give you all the information.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So that's it for this episode, everybody. Now you know what's good Cape Cod. Keep following us, and before long, you'll know Cape Cod like we know Cape Cod.